Pisces! Before you even think about clicking away, let me tell you something that will absolutely blow your mind. Everyone thinks you disappeared because you are avoiding drama, but actually, you vanished because the universe is orchestrating the most insane comeback of your life. And I just pulled the death card for you. Yes, you heard that right, the death card. But not what you think it means. This is about the complete transformation of how people see you, how they perceive your power, and honey, they are about to be shook. You know what I saw in my dream last night? 3 different Pisces clients called me crying tears of joy because everything I predicted came true within weeks. The gossips, the haters, the people who thought they could count you out, they are about to witness something that will make them question everything they thought they knew about you. I am going to give you the exact timeline of what happens next, the specific people who are talking behind your back right now, and the shocking way the universe is going to flip this entire script. By the end of this reading, you will understand why your disappearance was not weakness. It was the most strategic move you could have ever made. But first, let me get one thing straight with you, Pisces. You did not just randomly decide to go off the radar. No, no, no. Your soul knew something was coming. Your intuition, that psychic gift you have, it whispered to you to step back, to observe, to let the dust settle. And right now, while you have been in your cocoon, in your healing space, in your protective bubble, guess what has been happening? The people who hurt you, the ones who betrayed you, the energy vampires who used to drain you, they have been showing their true colors to everyone around them. They could not help themselves. Without you there to be their target, they started attacking each other, spreading their poison to anyone who would listen. And honey, people are starting to see them for who they really are. I am pulling cards right now and the energy is electric. The first card that comes out for you is the Death card, and I need you to understand something crucial about this. Death in tarot is not about endings. It is about transformation. It is about the complete rebirth of your identity, your power, your presence in the world. This Death card is telling me that the old version of you, the one who used to tolerate disrespect, who used to give chances to people who did not deserve them, who used to dim your light to make others comfortable, she is dead. Gone, finished. And what is being born in her place is someone so powerful, so magnetic, so unshakable that even your enemies will have to respect you. The Death card shows a figure in black armor riding a white horse, carrying a black flag with a white rose. That white rose, that is you, Pisces. Pure, beautiful, but now protected by the armor of wisdom and experience. You are not the same person who went into hiding. You are emerging as someone completely new. And the gossips, oh honey, they have no idea what is coming for them. While they have been running their mouths, creating their little stories, spreading their poison, you have been leveling up in ways they cannot even comprehend. You have been healing. You have been studying. You have been connecting with your higher self. And most importantly, you have been gathering evidence. See, what they do not realize is that Pisces, you might be intuitive and emotional, but you are also incredibly observant. While they thought you were gone, you were actually watching. You were seeing exactly who showed their true colors, who remained loyal, who spread lies, and who tried to take advantage of your absence. The second card I am pulling for you is the Eight of Swords. Now, everyone would expect me to say, this is about feeling trapped or restricted, but that is the old interpretation. For you, Pisces, this Eight of Swords is about the illusion that others created around you. They tried to make you believe you were powerless, that you were stuck, that you had no options. But look closer at this card. The woman is blindfolded, yes, but her hands are not tied. The swords around her, they do not actually form a complete prison. There are gaps she could walk through if she just removed the blindfold. And that blindfold, honey, that is what you have been doing during your time off the radar. You have been removing the blindfold of other people's opinions. You have been seeing clearly for the first time in months, maybe years. You have been realizing that the limitations you thought you had were actually just illusions created by people who wanted to keep you small. The Eight of Swords is your liberation card, Pisces. It is telling me that you are about to step out of every single constraint that was holding you back. And when you do, when you make your comeback, People are going to be absolutely stunned by how different you are. But here is where it gets really interesting. The third card, and this one made me literally gasp when it came out, is the Emperor. Now you might think, Pisces, how does the Emperor relate to me? I am supposed to be the dreamy, emotional, intuitive one, right? Wrong. The Emperor is coming out for you because you are about to step into your authority like never before. This is not about being harsh or cold. This is about being sovereign. This is about setting boundaries that are non-negotiable. This is about taking control of your narrative instead of letting others write your story. The Emperor sits on his throne with confidence, with certainty, with power. He does not need to announce his authority because it radiates from him naturally. And that, my beautiful Pisces, is exactly the energy you are stepping into. You are becoming someone who does not need to explain themselves, who does not need to justify their choices, who does not need permission to live their truth. The gossips and haters, they are expecting the old you to come back. They are expecting you to come back apologetic, desperate for acceptance, willing to play small to keep the peace. They have no idea that you are returning as the emperor of your own life. And speaking of those gossips, let me tell you what I am seeing about them because this information is crucial for you to know. The fourth card I am pulling is the Five of Pentacles. This card traditionally represents financial hardship or feeling left out in the cold, but for this situation, it represents the spiritual and emotional poverty of the people who have been talking about you. These people, Pisces, they are empty inside. They gossip about you because their own lives are so lacking in purpose, in joy, in meaning that tearing you down is the only way they can feel powerful. They are standing outside in the cold while you have been inside warming yourself by the fire of self-love and growth. The Five of Pentacles shows two figures walking past a church window, but they are so focused on their struggle that they do not see the warmth and help that is available right behind them. These gossips are so focused on bringing you down that they cannot see their own opportunities for healing and growth. But here's the beautiful part, and this is why I love this card for your situation. In tarot, the Five of Pentacles often comes right before a breakthrough. It represents the darkest hour before the dawn. And for these people who have been spreading negativity about you, their Five of Pentacles moment is coming. They are about to face the consequences of their actions. Not because you are going to seek revenge, oh no, you are too evolved for that now, but because the universe has a way of balancing the scales and all that negative energy they have been putting out, it is coming back to them multiplied. While they have been focused on your business, they have been neglecting their own lives. While they have been trying to dim your light, their own lights have been getting dimmer and dimmer. And soon, very soon, they are going to wake up and realize that their obsession with destroying you has actually destroyed them. Now let me tell you about your comeback, because this is where the magic happens. The fifth card I pulled for you is the Wheel of Fortune. And honey, your wheel is about to spin in the most magnificent way. The Wheel of Fortune tells us that what goes down must come up. And you, my dear Pisces, have been at the bottom of the wheel for long enough. But here is what most people do not understand about this card. It is not just about luck or random events. The Wheel of Fortune responds to the energy you put out, the work you do, the intentions you set. And during your time off the radar, you have been doing the work. You have been healing trauma, releasing limiting beliefs, raising your vibration, connecting with your higher self. You have been preparing for this moment without even realizing it. The Wheel of Fortune is decorated with symbols of the four fixed signs of the zodiac, and there is an angel in one corner representing Aquarius. This angel is your protection, Pisces. While you have been away, while you have been healing, you have been surrounded by divine protection that your enemies could not penetrate. They tried to harm you with their words, their energy, their intentions, but it was like trying to attack someone who is surrounded by an invisible shield. Everything they sent your way bounced back to them, and now they are dealing with the consequences of their own negativity. But you are about to experience the upswing of the wheel in ways that will leave everyone speechless. Opportunities that seemed impossible are about to open up. People who you thought had forgotten about you are about to reach out with amazing offers. Projects that were stalled are about to move forward with incredible momentum. The sixth card, and this one literally gave me chills. is the Three of Wands. This card is all about expansion, about seeing your ships come in, about reaping the rewards of your patience and planning. But for you, Pisces, it represents something even more powerful. The Three of Wands shows a figure standing on a cliff, looking out at three ships in the distance. These ships represent opportunities, abundance, recognition that is coming your way, but notice the figure is not desperately watching for the ships. He is calm, confident, knowing that what is his will come to him. That is the energy you have cultivated during your time away, Pisces. You have learned to trust the process, to have faith in divine timing, to know that what is meant for you will never pass you by. And now your ships are coming in fast. I am seeing job opportunities that are 10 times better than what you had before. I am seeing creative projects that will showcase your talents in ways you never imagined. I am seeing relationships, both romantic and platonic, with people who will appreciate and celebrate you instead of trying to diminish you. But here is the most important part about the Three of Wands. The figure is standing above everything, literally on higher ground. This represents your new perspective, your elevated consciousness, your ability to see the bigger picture. You are no longer operating from a place of lack or fear. You are operating from a place of abundance and faith. And this drives the gossips crazy because they cannot understand how you can be so calm, so confident, so unaffected by their attempts to drag you down. They keep waiting for you to react, to defend yourself, to engage in their drama, but you are operating on a completely different level now. The seventh card is the Sun, and oh my goodness, this card is so perfect for where you are heading. The Sun is the most positive card in the entire tarot deck. It represents joy, success, vitality, achievement, recognition, and absolute radiant happiness. The Sun card shows a child riding a white horse under a brilliant sun, with sunflowers blooming in the background. That child represents your rebirth, your innocence restored, your joy returning after a long period of challenges. The white horse represents your purified spirit, your clean slate, your fresh start. But what I love most about the Sun card for your situation is that it is impossible to hide. The sun shines on everyone, good and bad alike. It does not discriminate. It does not play favorites. It just shines. And that is exactly what you are about to do, Pisces. Your comeback is not going to be subtle or quiet. Your success is not going to be something you can hide even if you wanted to. When you step back into the world, when you reclaim your place, when you start living your truth at full volume, everyone is going to see it. The people who supported you are going to celebrate. The people who remained neutral are going to be impressed. And the people who tried to destroy you, they are going to have to watch your success from the sidelines, knowing they had the opportunity to be part of your journey, but chose to be obstacles instead. The Sun card also represents children, and I am getting strong messages about the innocence that has been restored to you. During your time away, you have remembered what it feels like to see the world with wonder instead of suspicion, to trust your heart instead of just your head, to believe in magic again. This innocence is not naivety, honey. This is wisdom. This is the kind of innocence that comes from having been through the fire and choosing to keep your heart open anyway. This is the kind of purity that comes from having been betrayed and choosing to still believe in love, in friendship, in the goodness of people. Now, I need to talk to you about something very important. The eighth and final card I am pulling for you is the Queen of Swords. This is such a powerful card to end your reading with because it shows the perfect balance between the emotional depth of Pisces and the mental clarity you have gained. The Queen of Swords sits on her throne holding a sword upright with a stern but fair expression. She has been through pain, you can see it in her eyes, but she has not let that pain make her bitter. Instead, she has used it to become wise, to become discerning, to become someone who can cut through illusion and see truth clearly. This is who you are becoming, Pisces. You are keeping all of your beautiful Piscean qualities, your intuition, your compassion, your creativity, your spiritual connection, but you are adding the sword of discernment. You are becoming someone who can see through manipulation, who can spot fake people from miles away, who can protect yourself without becoming cold or closed off. The Queen of Swords does not gossip because she is too busy building her empire. She does not engage in petty drama because she has bigger things to focus on. She does not waste her energy on people who do not deserve it because she knows her worth. And that is why the gossips are about to have a very rude awakening. They have been expecting to deal with the old you, the one who might have been hurt by their words, who might have tried to defend themselves, who might have gotten pulled into their drama. But they are about to encounter the Queen of Swords version of you. And honey, that is a completely different energy. This version of you does not explain, does not justify, does not lower herself to their level. This version of you simply succeeds so loudly that their whispers become irrelevant. Let me tell you something about gossips, Pisces, because I have been doing readings for over 2 decades, and I have seen this pattern countless times. People who spend their energy talking about others instead of working on themselves always reveal their own insecurities and limitations. When someone is constantly focused on what you are doing wrong, what you are lacking, how you have failed, it is because they are desperately trying to avoid looking at their own issues. They are using you as a distraction from their own unhappiness, their own stagnation, their own fear of growth and change. But here is the beautiful justice of the universe. While they have been focused on you, they have been standing still. While they have been putting their energy into tearing you down, you have been putting your energy into building yourself up. And now the results are about to speak for themselves. I am seeing a situation where these gossips are going to be forced to witness your success up close. Maybe it is a work situation where you get promoted above them. Maybe it is a social situation where you show up looking and feeling better than you ever have. Maybe it is a creative project that gets recognition they could only dream of. Whatever it is, they are going to have to confront the fact that while they were running their mouths, you were running towards your destiny. While they were stuck in the past, rehashing old grievances, you were creating a new future for yourself. And the most beautiful part, you are not going to gloat. You are not going to rub it in their faces. You are going to be too busy enjoying your success to even think about them. That is the energy of the Queen of Swords, focused on her own kingdom, not on the people outside the gates. Now, I want to talk to you about the specific ways your disappearance has been strategic, even if you did not consciously plan it that way. Your Piscean intuition guided you to remove yourself from toxic situations before they could drain you completely. During this time, you have been able to see patterns you could not see when you were in the middle of the chaos. You have been able to identify who in your life was genuinely supportive and who was just there for the drama. You have been able to heal wounds that were being constantly reopened by people who claimed to care about you. Most importantly, you have been able to reconnect with your own power, your own truth, your own dreams, without the interference of people who had their own agenda for your life. You have remembered who you are when you are not trying to please everyone, when you are not walking on eggshells, when you are not dimming your light to avoid triggering other people's insecurities. This is why your comeback is going to be so shocking to people. They remember the version of you who was always accommodating, always available, always putting everyone else first. They do not know this new version who puts herself first, who has boundaries, who chooses her battles wisely. The universe has been preparing you for this moment, Pisces. Every challenge you have faced, every betrayal you have survived, every moment of doubt you have overcome has been building your strength for what comes next. You are not the same person who went into hiding, and you never will be again. And those ships I mentioned from the Three of Wands card, they are carrying more than just opportunities. They are carrying vindication, not the petty kind where you get to say, I told you so, but the deep soul-level vindication that comes from knowing you stayed true to yourself, even when others tried to convince you to be someone else. I am seeing a very specific scenario playing out in the next few weeks. Someone who has been talking about you, spreading stories, trying to damage your reputation, is going to be exposed for their own dishonesty. This is not going to come from you or anything you do. This is just the natural consequence of their own actions catching up with them. When people lie about others, when they manipulate situations, when they spread negativity, they always eventually get caught in their own web. And when that happens, everyone who believed their stories about you is going to realize they were being manipulated too. This exposure is going to clear your name in ways you could not have done yourself. It is going to show people your true character by contrast with someone who has been pretending to be righteous while actually being destructive. But here is what I need you to understand, beautiful Pisces. Your comeback is not about proving anything to these people. Your comeback is about claiming your rightful place in the world, living your truth, and sharing your gifts with people who will appreciate them. The people who gossiped about you, who tried to hold you back, who attempted to dim your light, they were never your people anyway. They were assignments, lessons, catalysts for your growth. And now that you have learned what you needed to learn from them, you are free to move on to your real tribe. I am seeing new people coming into your life, people who will celebrate your sensitivity instead of calling it weakness, who will appreciate your intuition instead of calling it crazy, who will value your compassion instead of taking advantage of it. These are your real people, Pisces. These are the ones who have been waiting for you to step into your power so they can recognize you as one of their own. They have been out there all along, but you had to clear out the energy vampires first to make space for them. Your disappearance has been like a spiritual detox. You have been purging toxic relationships, toxic thoughts, toxic patterns that were keeping you stuck in cycles that did not serve you. And now you are ready to attract relationships and opportunities that align with who you are becoming. The Queen of Swords energy you are embodying now is going to be magnetic to the right people and repulsive to the wrong ones. This is exactly what you want. You do not want to be attractive to everyone. You want to be irresistible to the people who can appreciate your worth and completely uninteresting to the people who cannot. This natural filtering system is going to save you so much time and energy going forward. Instead of having to figure out who is genuine and who is not, people are going to reveal their true intentions much more quickly. Your elevated vibration is going to make it impossible for low vibrational people to stay in your space for long. Now let me tell you about the gossips and what happens to them next, because this part is fascinating from a karmic perspective. People who spend their time focused on others instead of themselves create a very specific type of stagnation in their own lives. While they have been obsessing over your every move, their own lives have been falling apart or at best staying exactly the same. While they have been putting energy into creating drama, they have not been putting energy into creating success, happiness, or growth for themselves. I am seeing several of these people facing major challenges in the coming months. Not because you wished it on them or because you did anything to cause it, but because the energy they have been putting out is finally coming back to them. They are about to reap what they have sown. Some of them are going to face exposure of their own secrets, their own mistakes, their own character flaws. Others are going to face stagnation, missed opportunities, relationships ending because people get tired of their negativity. All of them are going to realize that the time they spent focused on you was time they should have spent working on themselves. But here is the most important part, and I need you to really hear this, Pisces. You are not responsible for their karma. You are not responsible for their choices or their consequences. Your only responsibility is to live your truth, pursue your dreams, and protect your energy. Do not waste a single moment feeling sorry for them when their consequences catch up with them. Do not let anyone guilt you into taking responsibility for their feelings about your success. And absolutely, do not let anyone convince you to dim your light to make them feel better about their darkness. You have earned your place in the sun, beautiful soul. You have paid your dues, learned your lessons, and done the work. Now it is time to shine without apology, without explanation, without looking back to see who is still stuck in the shadows. Your energy is shifting so dramatically that people who knew you before are going to do double takes when they see you. There is a confidence, a peace, a power radiating from you now that was not there before. This is the energy of someone who has faced their fears and survived, who has been tested and proved their worth to themselves. The Death card we started with represents the complete transformation of your identity, but it also represents the birth of something entirely new. You are not just getting back to who you were before the challenges. You are becoming someone you have never been before. Stronger, wiser, more authentic, more powerful. And the people who thought they could count you out, they are about to learn that you do not come back the same. You come back better. You come back elevated. You come back unstoppable. I want you to start preparing for this comeback energy, Pisces. Start visualizing yourself in your power. Start feeling what it feels like to be completely confident in your worth. Start imagining the opportunities and relationships that are coming your way. But most importantly, start setting boundaries now about how you will allow people to treat you going forward. The Queen of Swords does not accept disrespect, manipulation, or energy-draining relationships. She has standards, and she enforces them without apology. This does not mean becoming cold or harsh. This means becoming clear. Clear about your values, clear about your boundaries, clear about what you will and will not tolerate. This clarity is going to save you from future drama and attract people who can meet you at your new level. Remember, beautiful Pisces, your disappearance was not a retreat. It was a reset. You have been recalibrating your energy, your standards, your vision for your life. And now you are ready to return to the world as the fullest expression of who you are meant to be. The gossips thought they were talking about your downfall, but they were actually witnessing your preparation for greatness. They thought they were seeing your weakness, but they were actually seeing your wisdom in knowing when to step back and regroup. History is going to prove that your time off the radar was not time wasted, but time invested in becoming the person you needed to be for the next level of your life. And when that next level unfolds, when those opportunities manifest, when that success becomes undeniable, everyone will understand that your disappearance was actually your most strategic move. The universe has been conspiring in your favor while you have been away, setting up connections, preparing opportunities, clearing obstacles from your path. All you had to do was trust the process and use the time to become ready for what was coming. And honey, you are so ready. You are more ready than you have ever been for anything in your life. The combination of your natural Piscean gifts with the wisdom and strength you have gained through this experience makes you absolutely unstoppable. So get ready, beautiful soul. Get ready to shock everyone who counted you out. Get ready to exceed even your own expectations. Get ready to live a life so authentic, so successful, so fulfilling that the people who tried to dim your light will have no choice but to acknowledge that they were wrong about you. Your time in the shadows is over, Pisces. It is time to step back into the light and show the world what you are really made of. And trust me, they are not ready for this version of you. The cards have spoken, the energy is shifting, and your moment is here. Do not waste another second doubting yourself or worrying about what others think. You have work to do, dreams to manifest, and a destiny to fulfill. Welcome back, Queen. The world has been waiting for you.